Hello and welcome to round 3 of the first season of the 2025 edition of Rony's Tuesday Fun Race, the 351st ever in Live for Speed at Rockingham International, along with the front-wheel drive FXO. It's been a while since we've had this car, and I'm really looking forward to seeing those tyres burn at the front, Eoin.
Yeah, Rockingham definitely punishes front-wheel drive. It has that particular knack about it. Lots of difficult low-speed corners with the wide entry course Dean hairpin. You've multiple ways of approaching it, so yeah, that's going to burn up those fronts.
Yeah, we're at Rockingham International along with without the first chicane, so the drivers are going to continue on around the oval down to the Dean hairpin, where they will turn infield, and that was going to be the 4.1 kilometre, 2.5 mile journey around Rockingham International long for 17 laps tonight in the FXO. Which is a car personally that I've enjoyed racing a lot throughout the years because of how technically challenging it is. The front tyres on this thing are the thing you have to keep your eye on at all times. You can't overheat them. You've got to keep them just within that window, but push to maximise your lap times, which makes it quite a difficult car, Eoin.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, and it is quite big as well. Like the wheelbase might not look it from a distance, but yeah, you certainly feel. If you're trying to battle someone side by side and you think you've got the corner, then you've got to make sure you're fully clear before committing that move. So yeah, it is going to be bump and run in a lot of cases. And make sure you keep your best attitude at the forefront. So yeah, it is quite heavy there, 2,500 pounds there, or just over 1,000 kilos. So yeah, it is a heavy car, but it can pack a punch.
Indeed, to some people this car is Live for Speed, so we'll see how many people enjoy it tonight. It is a fantastic one to be having here at Rockingham as we look forward to a 12-round season of the first kind of split of RTFR action in 2025. Of course, nowadays RTFR is split into 2 seasons. We have 12 rounds in the first and either 10 or 12 rounds in the second, depending on how long the summer break is. And yeah, it's no different this year. 2 seasons of racing up until the end of June for the first season. Let's take a look at the qualifying results. We've had an hour of qualifying, and it's Rick Cardle who's put it on pole position ahead of his teammate Unite, followed by Gabba, Twin Cam there in P4, Nali Luca, Dodislav, Sufor, Falcon, Aska, and Thanuli are your top 10. So yeah, we've got Gabba on the second row. He's been complaining that he doesn't really enjoy this car, Eoin, before this one.
Yeah, precisely. He's on his Twitch channel right now, and I believe he's described it as a suffering festival this evening. So yeah, I'd love to know what true suffering is in his mind, because P3, I'm extremely jealous of that. He must be, so in such a huff that P3 isn't good enough.
Yeah, exactly. We have 37 qualifiers though, so he's not done too badly to qualify in P3 for this one. And we'll see how we get on today. Let's take a look at the driver championship standings. Of course, there's prize money on offer for the best drivers in this championship. Currently, it's Gabba leading the way with Sufor in P2, Rick Cardle third. So I wonder if we're going to get any changes to the championship after tonight, depending on how well or how not well Gabba enjoys it. Maybe that's why his competitors are going to be pretty glad that he's finally found a combo potentially that is his kryptonite.
Yeah, but of course they can only really make the case work this one time before obviously the FXO will be out of rotation. You won't be able to pick it every single fortnight. So yeah, you have to take this opportunity when it comes.
You do indeed. As we get ready for the restart, we should be underway any minute now. The drivers are voting to restart as we speak, as we get ready for 17 laps around Rockingham International Long. Remember, we don't have that first chicane, so a little bit less chaos as we run down to turn 1. Eoin, take it for the start of the race.
Yeah, it's time to take a deep breath and get ready, because race green, race clean is always the motto. But yeah, there were so many cars, they'll be bashing and crashing, trying to find the space to get the best possible entry into Dean Hairpin. So let's get the lights on. They're red right now, but they're going for a long hold, and it's green now. So let's see. That's Unite, for example, gets right down on the outside of Rick. There will be plenty of 2x2 formations before people have to merge into a single file. And here we go, braking just after 100 meters. Let's see. Oh, a bit of a contact against Gabor. He's been hit by Nassau Luca. Twin Cam on the outside has lost. Oh, he's kept fourth, beg your pardon. Most people keeping it nice and steady for the moment. Mindful of the sausage curb. Arska's actually hit the sausage curb, and he's gone down a few places. Stiefler trying to get ahead of him as well. Yeah, now there's a bit more rubbing. So now Piff Paff is the way it should be, the left-right sequence. And it's still Ricardo in the lead.
Yeah, he's got a good lead already over his teammates. And we've got a car off there in the background. I think that is Arska running it off the road. And Rony is on his inside as they come into Gracelands. There he is in the bright green and white, making that move stick on the World Class Lines driver. And as we watch Kirill here, who's making his way down to Tarzan, did very well last night in ZFRL. He won the whole thing. It was nice to see. As we've got a whole bunch of cars side by side through Tarzan onto the school straight here. But doesn't it look great having a field of FXOs in Rockingham? It's fabulous to see so many drivers turning out for this one. 36 cars. Brilliant for a Tuesday evening. And can anyone work out what KCD2 is? Because Michael Malik is branding himself as KCD2 release day here.
That's a very good question. I don't know offhand.
Only to him.
I can.
It's got to be space related. It's got to be. Here's Rony. He's battling hard with Yari Katilla. Yari on the outside. That purple rear wing. And it looks like Yari Katilla. As Yari goes for a big dive on Lorenzo, pushes him off the track. So, yeah, it loses a place there. Yari with a big send into the Dean Hairpin. And look at this. Is he going to give the place back? No. He's just driving himself off the track, potentially.
Oh, whether he intended it or not, Rony is back ahead. After Yentwood and Lorenzo, he wants payback as well, making sure to indicate his frustration. On board with Gabor on the bottom right of your screens there. We're Very happy to see him running his stream through the picture-in-picture here. So yeah, now that there's actually competitors in front of him, it does make the broadcast even more enjoyable to see if Gabor can actually win another race, as he's on another hot streak.
He is on a hot streak, but it's a challenging combination for him tonight. He really doesn't enjoy the front-wheel drive FXO, and he was really under pressure a minute ago from twin cam. He's still under pressure. You've got Nali Luca there as well, who we know is on form. Had a great outing last Thursday in GTI Thursday, and he's chasing down twin cam, who is in turn chasing down Gabba here, who seems to be looking in his rearview mirror quite a lot here. And he's wide at the hairpin, very wide at the hairpin. And twin cam's on his inside. So battle for
this
P3
is
here.
huge, considering what may have happened in XL last week. The opportunity to win around West Hill was squandered there as the punctures came in thick and fast. So yeah, twin cam P3 for the moment, but it may not last particularly long. Twin cam holds onto the apron for dear life, trying his best to block any approach from Gabor. With Naloy Luca also watching and waiting. Contact there, all's fair. And here we go. Naloy Luca has another chance on the outside. You won't be able to see him pop up in Gabor's mirror until now, basically. Yeah, you'll see him just appear. There he is. So Gabor holds on after losing one position, but it's not -2, so he can recover from this.
Yeah, check out Gabba on Twitch, Sidus Gabba over there, and get his on board up as well. It's nice to, as you said, it's nice to have that again. And well, he's got his work cut out tonight, which makes it even more interesting. Ricardo leads ahead of Unite with a big old gap opening up now to Twin Cam, who takes over P3 from the champ. And we've got a fight down here with Dodislav as well. Dodislav is chasing Nali Luca into Tarzan. Oh, actually, Gabba's up the inside on Twin Cam.
Oh no, Dodislav's missed. Oh. Tarzan completely there. There's a shot of him there in the purple. And he's going to tumble down the order. Tamuli is the driver ahead of him now. So 9th place for Dodislav. Stifla wants to inflict further punishment upon Dodislav if he can. But of course, Kirill has an even better run. Just off camera here as we look at Sufor, another man in excellent form.
Yeah, he's had a good run of results recently, but this is Kirill in the red on the right hand side of shot now, fighting with Stifler. He's on the inside. We've got a lot of drivers who are making names for themselves in various championships. It's not a one-horse race this year by any means. We've got a lot of names who are fighting for the win in various championships that we cover here on the channel. Which proves just once again that there's still competition at the very top of Live for Speed. There is still space for you to come and ruin someone's day. That's what I like to say. Yeah, come and join the fun. It certainly looks like fun at the front of this race. Falcon there in the bright green, leading Sufor and Thamulia, who are in a heated battle down towards Yentwood here. As we go up to Chapman Curve. Got the onboard from Thamulia here as well. Thamulia _ on Twitch. He is also live. Somewhere in the field, we've got Mika Sarkinen, who's live as well. Lots of drivers streaming their perspectives these days in Live for Speed, which is great to see. This gives us another insight into what the drivers are doing.
There are other battles down the back of the pack as well. Mouseman is trying to defend whilst also looking to overtake Martin McCarry, for one example. T-Bug in P23 just behind Mouseman. He is trying to spot any opening, but as you can see, Mouseman is shadowing Martin McCarry, so any sudden movements won't be possible. And there we go, Mouseman is through. He's pulled off the switch back there, very nicely executed. And T-Bug has to continue to wait. There he is in the yellow and black. And yeah, this is a solid enough contest, but yeah, it will certainly have more time to bubble up as lap 5 is only about to start for race leader Ricardo.
Yeah, good fights up and down the field here. Great to see. As we come around the final turn of the oval, McElroy has been dispatched now. As we've got Soini and Johnny SVK and also Tulio getting involved here.
Oh, Tulio's got a much better entry into
wide for Soini.
He's completely burned that front right. It's in that ugly sort of greenish brown. And T-Bug missed Dean Hairpin, so he has to turn around and try again. He completely snaps the lip off Steve Martin's FXO. Thankfully, it didn't come to any worse than that. Redbot also outbreaks himself. Magic. And indeed, Timu almost had a 3 wide, which would have been completely unsustainable for Chapman. So thankfully, they've all come to peace agreement there. But yeah, Timu has to pit that car.
Yeah, Timu's got to get in the pits if he wants to continue with this, and might want to decide to up the pressures slightly at the front, potentially, because that is not going to last another 10 or so laps, as we've got Sufor battling with Falcon here, and they're side by side still as they run up the school straight. There you can just see at the head of your shot, Twin Cam and Gabba quite close together again as well, and Nali Luca joining in that fight too, but it's Sufor leading Falcon just now. But what can Falcon do here? Remember, Sufor P2 in the championship currently, and struggling to hold on to P6 as there's a dive up the inside, and absolutely nailed. No. That was Kirill. Kirill dived up the inside and slams into the back of Falcon, who veers off into the wall. And yeah, look, you can see there Kirill is lifting off. He's going to give that place back. He's going to lose a whole chunk of positions as a result. There goes Lorenzo. And well, the car that he needs to give the position to is still 2 cars back, so he's going to lose a lot more time if he plans on doing that. But yeah, Twin Cam holds on to P3 just. Gabba is super motivated as he's leading the championship and really wants that place back. But we'll see how he copes. And Luca just behind as well.
Not a very optimal turn in there for Rony back at the Dean hairpin, so he's lost time to Falcon, and indeed he would have lost some positions as well. So yeah, he's down 2 positions.
Close between our race leaders still, but they have opened up a big gap now to Twin Cam. You can see how much these two are struggling to match the pace of the leaders. 4 seconds adrift from Unite is Twin Cam. Unite's the one that's holding on to the fastest lap just now, so the pace between the top 2 is certainly there, but everyone else struggling a little bit to match the pace that's on show from our top 2.
Oh, and a mistake from Lorenzo at Tarzan. So he has also given up those positions. Kirill and Michael.
Twin Cam's gone wide. Gabor's
through.
Yeah, just at the end of the school straight, he went deep, and that's just given the place to Gabba, and Twin Cam of all people should know that you can't make mistakes while Gabba's following you, because it doesn't matter how much he's struggling, he will just get through. And he has done.
If he can build up his momentum again, then yeah, there will be one last chance to beat Gabor on pace today, but yeah, Gabor does not let these opportunities slide very often.
No, but for once he's having to fight for his supper here. As we've got Thamuli on Sufor into the Dean hairpin, and coming out, they are side by side again, and this is a battle that's been brewing for a while. And there goes Sufor.
Yeah, to defend the position there, that is so important to him, that he doesn't allow Thamuli ahead. Dadislav, of course, could pick up the pieces if any further mistakes happen. And Thamuli's really on the case now in the double apex left of Kirby. That is real pressure now on the shoulders of Sufor, watching from his rear view. If he doesn't get the right power out of the corner here, that he's under a lot of pressure for Tarzan. Yeah, he's left the inside line open, and that could be game, set, and now match for Thamuli. He's through.
Yeah, great overtake, well lined up. Sufor didn't do much to defend the inside there, and you have to, because it's such a wide hairpin, a wide apex there, Owen. The opportunities are rife for an overtake, and Dorislav will know that for the next lap.
Yeah, exactly. Now he's lost a bit of pace to... Oh, yeah, here's Dorislav, as you were saying. He's down the inside, but that's a tougher hairpin, of course. The Grattan hairpin, not as easy by any means, so he had to really time his approach. Now on board with Twin Cam, this is a second chance. He's
pushing
Gabor a push.
Yeah, you can see
for his own benefit. Or
maybe
will Gabor punish it, saying you have to leave me alone. Let's wait and see. He'll block the inside, of course.
Yeah.
Still, Gabor holds on, making sure to block every workable overtaking technique. So that will mean about halfway through the race coming up very soon. That Gabor, he won't be able to compete for second place today unless something were to happen. He's just got to worry about holding on to P3 and increasing his lead against Sufor, as we now move over to Mosh McElroy and Hachiroku.
This is a proper touring car race. Proper touring car battles going off here, as we've got Hachiroku potentially going for trying to make a move on Martin McCarry. The SRP driver. Oh, there we go. Trying to find a way through. Oh, so that's Johnny SVK trying to get through Martin McCarry. My apologies. Liveries confused me slightly. Hachiroku driving in the Black Hole Motorsports Bumblebee FXO livery there. And side by side out of Gracelands, Johnny SVK on the outside for Tarzan. Martin McCarry trying to defend this. And, well, he holds on to it for now. As T-Bug retires from the race, we're down to 35 runners. Only one retirement so far. But it's Rick Cardle who leads on to lap number 9. Followed by Unite.
Yeah, Ricardo has this race fairly well controlled at the minute. About 2.5 seconds worth of a lead. KTS down the very back. Yeah, I was just going to say at the back, KTS has completed a drive-through penalty, so he's now 35th and getting lapped by the midfield at this stage, coming right in between a fair few drivers there. But now this incredible battle for third place just heats up. Gabor suffering from understeer yet again, and Twin Cam he has to find a moment and stick to it, similar to what Gabor did when he made a mistake off Brook corner. That's how Twin Cam fell off P3, but he can get it back on current form if he just finds the one opening that Gabor cannot defend against. So again, he's in the right position to block at Tarzan. You can see you use the apex to maximum benefit, blocking Twin Cam's better confidence to get on the power.
Yeah, brilliant stuff to see Twin Cam hurrying Gabber along, and I wonder if he will actually deny Gabber the podium at the end of this one. It's going to be fascinating to see how that battle develops. Really there, circulating well in P6. And here's Michael Malek, who is defending from Falcon. These two just outside the top 10. Oh, and a big bump there from Falcon. Pushes the back of Michael there. And Rony's going to try and capitalise.
Yeah, so that's the end of that contest in a flash. So Rony will want to try and make a move on Falcon, as we have an incredible showing here with Yarkatella on top of this queue. He'll try and block two drivers simultaneously. You can see Johnny on the left. And contact is made, and that's going to send Hachiroku towards the wall. And yeah, the honking of the horn, that's a signal of displeasure without a doubt. And then Martin McCarry's back in play. This could be absolutely riveting stuff. Let's see what he can do on the inside line. Oh, if anything, Hachiroku tries to follow Johnny. And yeah, that's superb not to make any serious contact. And yeah.
Who's that up?
Yari.
KTS, sorry. Yeah. Nice McCarry at the inside. Oh, and running door to door. Yeah, that's what happens.
Oh, he's going to drift down into Tullio's path. Tullio loses out. Magic tries to take the speed into Piff Paff, and it works. So Tullio will feel mightily aggrieved that he was doing nothing wrong, yet he ends up losing his position.
It's chaos. There was totally unsighted the battle behind there as Martin McCarry, somewhat unaware, leads this field now, and well, trying to get through up the inside goes Hachiroku, and now Magic there as well.
Oh, and that's probably the culmination of a lot of bumping and certainly tempers flaring. Hachiroku just plummeting down to 30th position.
Yeah, only just going through the Brook hairpin. Sorry, Brook chicane. Exit of Brook chicane. We don't use Brook chicane here. It's one of the only parts of the track we don't use on this combination, but they do drive past it at the end of the dual straight as Gabba is still defending from Twincam. Twincam hasn't found a way back through just yet. But still, the battles at the front rage on, and Sidus looking pretty strong, but it's flaky, isn't it, for third place? And Gabba hold on. I wonder what it is about front-wheel drive that it just doesn't sit well with him. It's unusual to see a driver of his caliber who just can't stand front-wheel drive cars. As Gabba has enough time to type down the down that straight, telling Twincam he doesn't want to be bumped.
Yeah, I suppose he doesn't want to confess his true reason why he doesn't enjoy front-wheel drive, but of course there are plenty of attributes you could pin upon front-wheel drive. Most certainly understeer is one of them. If you don't enjoy understeer, then you're not going to thrive with a front-wheel drive. And of course, braking and turning all has to be done by the front wheels. So yeah, again, your technique certainly going to be made to suffer, but yeah, he won't give us, I'm sure, every last detail, but you can make an assumption as to why he prefers other types of drivetrains.
I love understeer, me. I love a bit of understeer. Anyway, Twincam lining up a move, but doesn't want to make it, but now he'll have to because he's been told by Gabor, don't bump me, just go for the overtake, as he does that now and retakes the lead for now. Well, the lead, I say, the lead of this battle. P3 will be his, but he's backed out before Dean. Still has the inside line, and they're just going to go sideways and hold each other up instead.
Yeah, Naloy Luca must be wondering what he can do just to dislodge those drivers, get himself a P3. Dodislaw, you can just sense he's got to work his steering wheel very hard there just to keep on the straight and narrow. Michael has made that overtake count to get himself a top 10. And it could get better still with Kirill now stuck in a jam there. Stifla and Sufor both have their agendas to cover here. And Sufor has to get the tail out just to ensure he can take the corner. And that blocks Stifla and Kirill even harder. So, yeah, we've got a four-way battle for 7th.
This is brilliant stuff. Like I said, proper touring car stuff. Of course, the touring cars, the British touring cars, used to come to Rockingham when it was a functioning circuit. And this is a blast. Pretty much Blast from the past. Kirill's even using a voxel skin, so a real blast from the past. As up the school straight they come, and yeah, it's brilliant stuff. I love this sort of racing. In top touring cars, that's where it's at.
Yeah, you can now see Kirill had to slow right down just to be able to take the corner. Dodislaw is going to punch his way through the gap, and that joy was all too brief for Michael. He has to start all over again.
Yeah, news from the front. Gabba has managed to open up a gap now on Twincam. Twincam no longer in the slipstream, so that battle looks like it's sorting itself out. But here's a good one. Vladislav in the purple machine, Michael Malik and Falcon now at the back of this group.
Oh.
Stiefler looking for Sufor further up as well. Two battles side by side. There's contact. Sufor cutting down onto the apron almost and realising that there's a Stiefler there. And he can't do that.
Here you go. You've got to take Dean Hairpin carefully again. The temperatures will start to really impact upon these drivers who've been fighting for the bulk of the race. No time for tyre preservation here, so that's just going to punish them harder. Yeah, look at Dodislav, for example. His front right has taken a pounding, as Falcon has actually made it through. So Falcon, oh no, he's down a position, I beg your pardon. So Falcon's lost positions, and he could lose another one. Let's see, dive bomb. Not quite. Falcon holds on out of Kirby. And Rony's coming. Rony on the outside, heading into Gracelands. What can he do? Oh, he has to slow down in fairness. And Tarzan should be wide open. This should be Rony's position, if he can time his braking point correctly. Yes, that should be good enough, I think. No, actually, Dodislaw gets a better exit. Now we've Sufor, he's now behind Stiefler. Now Kirill can plot here. Will be fascinating to see. No, he's got to ride the sausage curb there, just using as much of the track as possible. And yeah, the double slipstream effect could be a factor perhaps for Michael now. You could get the first bit of slipstream off Kirill, and then Kirill trying to catch up to Sufor could help him out more. Rony on the inside into oval turn 1. Oh no, he suffered a bit too much of understeer. Dodislaw holding his outside line with gusto, but he's not as capable into the braking zone. So has he got to yield to Rony? Yes, he does. He's got to make sure that tire makes it to the end.
Yeah, battle at the front emerging again. It's Twincam who's closed up a 2.5 gap to Gabba again. And that sort of pace means that he might be able to get through again if he's got the momentum with him. The race is coming to a close though. We've only got 3 laps to go at the end of this one. And Twincam is running out of time to take a podium away from Gabba, our championship leader.
Yeah, as I was saying earlier, timing is of the essence. Gabor has not given him anything clear and obvious to exploit. So at this point of the race, 3 laps to go coming up, then Twincam will have to take the opportunity for himself if he can find it. But yeah, Gabor managed to pull away a bit further after the right-hander of Brook.
Michael Malik and Sufor in a battle once again. This is a fight pretty much for the top 10. Michael currently holding on to that, but a whole bunch of cars getting into a slipstream behind him. That's Falcon now, who's trying to get past these two. Sufor in the yellow, Michael in the red and white. Michael to the inside, over start finish.
Wowee, this could be insane. And Falcon uses the grass just to make sure he can take the corner. So Sufor has really been punished today, and He's got to just try and make sure he hangs on to the top 10. Rony's not going to sit back and just accept that. He wants another position gain, as he does have a pretty solid, sort of style around Dean that can get him through by using as much of the apex as possible, rather than trying to go wide and back in. Oh, he hits the sausage curb really hard there out of Piff Paff, and he was on 2 wheels, but he didn't pitch into the full roll that would have knocked him out of the action for today. So thank goodness for that. Rony has life in this car. Yeah, he hasn't fallen foul of a sausage curb impact.
Yeah, we're coming up to the end of this race, and there's still fights going on up and down the field, but not at the front. Ricciardo comes on to the penultimate lap, lap 16 of 17, with an enormous lead over his teammates. 8 seconds to Unite and 13 seconds to Gabba, who has opened up that gap to Twincam once again. Twincam probably more worried about Nana Luca at this stage of the evening, but this, your top 5, are leagues ahead of everyone else. We've got quite a big gap back to Themeli there, and Stiefler in P7, Kirill 8th, being harassed by Michael Malak over start finish, the P9, and it's now Falcon who rounds out your top 10 in round 3 of RTFR. Let's take a look at Igorka in the blue, trying to get past Lorenzo as we lose Nana Luca, who has to go and answer the doorbell. That happens in sim racing. Lorenzo there muscled out wide, and he's going to get overtaken by Mad Jester. Oh, as Igorka's letting Lorenzo back through for that move in turn 1, and they both lost a place then. Usual.
Yeah, Mad Jester will be pretty chuffed with that opportunity, just falling into his lap. But of course, Lorenzo has the time to fight back if he can. Spot a mistake out of Mad Jester, maybe. No, he's taken Kirby pretty well there. So let's see. Rony has to actually defend now. Dodislaw wants one last crack at a big result here. But of course, Rid's in the ascendancy himself. He tries to follow Rony, but Dodislaw uses the inside line instead, and he is through. He's got the great corner exit speed, and Rony misses out there. He's down to 12th position.
Yeah, as the laps wind down, we're now on the final lap. Ricciardo's gone over start finish, so too has Unite, Gabba, and now Twincam, all on the final lap. Final 2 minutes of racing this evening, and there's still side-by-side action. Dodislav and Rony out side-by-side, and in the background that is Rid for the winners team, trying to get something done on this final lap.
Yeah, so Ricciardo is pretty much one of the best FXO drivers in RTFR. He has won the last 3 races featuring the FXO in a row, and he has the most in total. And then, of course, he's on the line to win a race when he's featured in the top 5 for the 100th time overall. So very, very impressive. But yeah, as we can see, Rony trying to chase back down against Rid. He has to try and gain that second.
Yeah, it's almost game over though, because Ricciardo is so far ahead that he's almost lapping these guys down in P13, which is unbelievable, really. Still close between Falcon and Michael. Could be a change here in the final couple of corners. Never say never. As we are coming down into Tarzan now, and we have Falcon and Michael in a heated battle. Ricciardo is coming up to start finish though, Owen. You should take him across the line.
And there we have it. It is a comprehensive victory for Rick Cardle today, and the previous winner for the Netherlands here at Rockingham. It's Born to Race's Storm way back in the 181st edition. So yeah, Rony definitely came up with some excellent stats for us today.
Yeah.
But the Dutch are finally dominant again in Rockingham.
Yeah, you've got to dig quite a way back to find that. So fair play to Rony. I mean, I know he loves his statistics, and it does look like Michael will hold on to his position. But yeah, Rick Cardle takes the checkered flag. Unite P2. Gabba does get his podium. Twincam narrowly missing out in P4. And we'll just wait for the rest of the drivers to come across the start-finish before we do our full rundown. But what a flawless drive from Rick Cardle once again. 32 minutes is a fast RTFR time. We know that Rony likes to keep these around the 35-minute time, but that is rapid from the former champion of this series.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, he ran every lap to the impeccable standard needed today, as Unite eventually faded away there, but he was a comfortable second place. And Gabor and Twincam having a post-race chat, just saying Twincam was trying to help Gabor, and he says, I can't help FWD being SHIT.
At that point, you might as well just say it, Eoin, frankly, but never mind. But there we go. Rick Cardle won't have any such complaints as he rolls his way around, looking for wherever the podium is. It's in the main pit lane, Rick, if you're wondering where it is, but he's doing a relatively slow in-lap, which is fair enough. He deserves it. It was a pretty dominant victory, 11.5 seconds clear of the rest of the field. And that is everyone across the line. So let's do the rundown while Rick feels his way around to Parc Fermé. Your podium is a Sidus lockout. Rick Cardle, Nico Pontola, and Gabor Gyur. That's the top three. Twincam for Born to Race, P4. Thamuli, P5. Stiefler, Michael Malik, Falcon, Kirill, and Sufor, your top 10. Dodislav, Rid, Rony, Mad Jester, Igorka, Lorenzo, Mouseman, Johnny SVK, Magic, and Tulio all had significant airtime. I mean, everybody tonight had a lot of fights. So this was certainly a track that got the juices flowing for quite a lot of people. Lots of action up and down the grid. As we take a look at our second page, which is pretty full of names. Stephen Martin, P21. Then Jamin, Mika Sarkinen, Hachiroku, Yari Katila, Asker, Martin McCarry, Jamie Trester, Redbot, and Hermani, your top 30. With Tommy B, your final finisher in 31st. And DNFs, unfortunately, for Nali Luca, who had to go and answer the door. Nozzle, Soini, KTS, and T-Bug. So there you are. And in the background there, Rick Cardle has found his way to victory lane and soaks up the glory of another win in RTFR. Brilliant drive tonight from him.
Oh, without a doubt, yeah. From what we could see, it was a delight to watch him at his absolute best, and it will take some beating to try and become the next winner in an FXO, because Rick knows he's got this mental advantage over a lot of the other drivers, knowing how well he drives this car. So if it turns up again, I'm sure there'll be another eager batch of drivers wanting to prove that they can show what it takes to beat him.
Indeed, and that'll be the thought on a lot of drivers' minds as we go through to the next round of RTFR, which is going to take place in a couple of weeks' time at a combo to be decided. I think, in fact, it is actually decided. We'll have to pull that up and confirm it at the end of the broadcast. But we don't have it on our graphics this evening, but you can see the next round is on February 18th in 2 rounds' time for the 352nd RTFR. And we look forward to being there. I think it's a mod, and it's going to be I think it's a mod at Blackwood, so that'll be fun. Blackwood reversed, so there we go. A good one for us to enjoy. Speaking of enjoyment, Eoin, we've got a bit of a return on Sunday. It's E-Challenge, round 1, Mexico City E-Pre-Circuit, live at 5:45 UTC. It's going to be Travis Mellinger in the commentary box for that one again, which is going to be exciting. The Mexico E-Pre-Circuit has its return. It's come back for round 1 of the E-Challenge Championship starting this Sunday. Don't miss out. Sign-ups are still open. We're trying to get some big grids for this one because it's going to be amazing. Once again, Michael Malik has thrown everything and the kitchen sink at this one, and we wish him every success with the series, and we'll be there right with him for all 5 rounds starting this Sunday. So please don't miss it. Owen, that just about does it for this evening.
Yeah, indeed. So, the new month getting off to a fabulous start there, and what we saw from Rick was just a clinic really of how to perform in the FXO. But of course, the battles further down the grid were a delight. So I'm glad we were able to give them the thorough analysis as well as the broadcasting of them. So yeah, it was a pretty impressive race, all things considered.
It was indeed. If you can't wait for the announcement, it's going to be the Porsche Cayman 718 GT4 at Blackwood GP Reversed next Tuesday for RTFR. So join us for that. And that brings to a close 3 days on the bounce that we've done a broadcast in LFS. We had MRC Rallycross Championship coming to an end on Sunday. Zafaralis last night with the dirt round at Rockingham. And tonight, RTFR. So a busy week, but looking forward to more at the weekend with E-Challenge as it makes its triumphant return to Live for Speed. And from all of us here at Swing Broadcast, we hope you enjoyed tonight's action at Rockingham. We'll see you again next time. Good night.
Bye-bye.